Today is the day we start Rush and Rummy reading sprints. So this is game 1, round 1 of 12, and we will be reading 2 books, 30 pages from each book, and those pages total, count them all up, 60 pages, unless you decide to read more, are worth 1 point. So that will be how you score the first round, is by how many pages. So you need to pick 2 books and read 30 pages from the first and then 30 pages from the second. If you read a few more pages, make sure you add that into your score for round 1 and keep track of that. And then for round 2, which we will be doing later on this week, is going to be for reading 1 book at 90 pages, and then there's a bonus round for this one. So you have to read an additional 20 minutes 4 times. So 4 sprints of 20 minutes on top of the additional 90 pages. And that, since it has a bonus round, is going to make all of the pages on the main prompt and the bonus prompt for that one, for round 2, worth 1.5 points. So the ones that don't have bonus rounds are worth 1 point per page. The ones that do have bonus rounds are 1.5 points per page. And that's how we keep track. And we're going to keep on going all the way to round 12. And then when we finish, we'll add up the total number of pages and we'll see, like, can we beat the total number of pages, or is it always going to be the same? I don't know, because I've never finished a whole game. I made it, didn't test run it, didn't do that. So we're going to do that. So we're going to be reading 30 pages from 2 books today. And I'm going to be reading The Paris Key by Juliette Blackwell, 30 pages of this one. And then Slider by Pete Hautman. So this one is about a woman who inherits a locksmith shop from, I think it's her uncle or her grandpa, and it looks like she's been there before, that he's taught her something about locks before. So I don't really know what her life looks like before she does this, but that's what it sounds like, is she's moving to Paris and taking over the locksmith shop. And then I have Sliders by Pete Hautman, and this one is about a kid who has an autistic younger brother, and he helps takes care of him. But for some reason, he's put a bunch of money on, I think, his mom's credit card, and now he has to find a way to pay it off, and he's going to do that by competitive eating, like winning a contest. So those are the 2 I'm going to be reading for round 1. I hope you will join me. If you want more information as like all the reading sprints laid out, or if you want a reading tracker, all of that's on my website, www.bambireadsbooks.com. And you can see all of the reading sprints set out there. And it'll be in the description too, the link that goes straight there. But yeah, you would just click on like Rush and Rummy reading sprints. That's what the name of the page is. And then it will take you with all the information, and all of the videos will be there too. So I look forward to reading with you guys. I hope this game is fun and keeps us going. I'm going to go ahead and start my 30 pages, and then I'll check back in, let you know what my thoughts were. I'd love to hear what your thoughts are. Put them in the comments. And then after that, we'll take a short break, and then we'll come back and do our other 30 pages, and that will be round 1. And then we'll just work our way through the rounds as we go, and see, that will be the main reading besides the book club on Fridays. So make sure that I'll put a link below for the book club information. It's also on the webpage. So if you're interested in that, that's a separate video, but we would be more than happy to have you there too. So let's go ahead and start Rush and Rummy reading sprints round 1. So I finished the first 30 pages. I actually read a little bit more because I stopped at the end of the chapter. So I'm on chapter 7. It's called Pickles. So that was 30. I read 33 pages. 33 pages. So 33 pages of sliders. Um, I'll tell you a little bit about what I read then. So far, it's pretty much what the synopsis said. It's a young boy, and he's like really, it seems like he's very interested in competitive eating contests. Not only does he like practice with his friends to see who can eat a pizza fast, like the fastest, it also looks like he follows other competitive eaters. So there's this part where it says Juki heroically powered down 69 and a half hot dogs, but he lost the contest by 1/2 hot dog. And so like he's going through his nightly routine helping his mom with his brother who has autism, which is pretty common if you have a sibling or a child with special needs that the siblings help out. Like that's normal. I didn't see anything abusive or wrong with how they treat the boy at all. So as they're doing all that, he's borrowing his mom's credit card to bid on that half hot dog that famous competitive eater didn't finish. And he's like, it's a piece of history, and I guess it starts off at like 50 cents. And so he thought he put in his mom's credit card without asking. Thought he put in like a $20 limit. So he's going through his night doing all his things, and then it ends up he comes back to the computer and it's $2,000 because he's like apparently decimal points matter. Like obviously he's not that old, right? Obviously you didn't double check and make sure like $2,000 and $20 is very different. So that's where it ended, was just like he's charged $2,000 to his mom's credit card, and he has half of an uneaten hot dog on the way to his house, I guess. So that was that. That's 34 pages. So that's 34 points for me towards round 1. And now I'm going to start the third. I'm going to read, not start. I'm going to read the 30 pages of The Paris Key by Juliette Blackwell, and then that will be completing round 1 of Russian Rummy reading sprints. Round 1 of 12 for game 1. Okay. Let me know what you guys are reading. Put it in the comments. I'd love to know what you're reading. Let me know how many pages you ended up reading. Also, give me an idea of how long that took you guys. How long did it take you guys to read 30 pages? Let's get an idea. It'd be nice. Or how long did it take you to read the full 60 pages? That way I kind of know like how long these sprints should be. Because we're just going off my reading speed, but it definitely matters what book. Like this book didn't take that long. This book didn't take that long to read the 30 pages. I'm assuming this book is going to take a little bit longer because there's more words on the page. So hopefully we'll get the reading speed figured out. But here's another 30 pages for the last part of the first sprint of Russian Rummy. So I just finished the 30 pages of The Paris Key by Juliette Blackwell. It didn't take very long. I'm actually on chapter 6, page 32 is where I stopped. So it's our main character, Genevieve. She is married and she lives in America. She's getting a divorce. I don't know if this was pre or post, like knowing about the locksmith shop being left to her, but they're in the middle of it when we start. And she pretty much tells him, like, you can keep everything. I just want a ticket to Paris and I want the funds to take over the locksmith shop. And he's like, that's crazy. But then we get a little bit of history about when she was 14, her dad and her brother had a farm. Like, the family had a farm. And they decided to send her for a summer to go be with her uncle. So she has been taught how to hear locks, how they click, how to be patient, how I think she's been taught like how some of them work. So she does have a little bit of a business like taking this over. And for him not to believe in her, I kind of see why they're getting divorced. I guess he can't even like pronounce her real name. He can't say Genevieve, like he calls her other things. So she's just like, I just want to go to a place where I can be myself. I don't have to go by a name that's not my real name. And I think she's just ready for a new start. So here's like a little bit of where I left off. So just now she's just arriving in Paris. She got her ticket. She's like, goodbye. The cobblestones were uneven beneath her feet, making the suitcase impossible to roll, and the air seemed even muggier than at the airport. But Genevieve was elated to see the neighborhood look exactly as she remembered from the last time she was there when she was 14. So she's heading to her shop to take it over. That's so cute. I don't know, I just love stories where people are like running businesses. I don't know why I like that so much. I really do though. So that was round 1 for Russian Rummy reading sprints. Let me see what I have scored for round 1. I know I said, but I don't remember. Okay, so 34 pages and 31. So 65. I said 34, right? 65. That leaves me with 65 points for round 1, and that was pretty good. It took us about 40 minutes to get through that. Wasn't bad at all. The next round 2, we'll do next video, and that will be one book reading 90 pages, and then a bonus of 4 20-minute sprints. So we might have to do that over a couple videos, depending, because that's a big old chunk. I'm assuming that's going to take us at least 2 hours to do that, which is fine. I'm excited. We can do it. It's going to be big points. So make sure that you write down your points for round 1 somewhere, on notebook paper, a little sticky note somewhere, so that you can remember to put it in the notes app of your phone. And then I will see you guys for round 2, either on live this week or we'll start it next week. I'm not sure which one we will do. But one book reading 90 pages and a bonus of 20 minutes 4 times is what the next round is. I hope you had fun. Thank you for joining me for round 1, game 1, Russian Rummy reading sprints. I hope you had a good time, and I look forward to reading with you guys later. Also, please join me for the book club on Friday. We are reading The Heiress, and we are reading chapters 6 through 20, and then discussing. And then next Friday will be the wrap up to that book club, and then we're moving on to the second book, which is The Lovers by Kristen Cass, and that will be for April. So if you feel like joining us, the link is down below. There's a Discord, and all of the links to the YouTube videos are there too. Okay, thank you so much for joining me. Have a good afternoon.
Soft, turn the key and cool her off. Push the pause for